girl has to have her. Oh, sorry. A girl has to have her matcha. Um. Anyway, so it's Monday, and we are going to Lex Talk Fashion. The other thing is, hold on. Mm, sorry, it's so good. Here's the thing. I'm also trying something new with the lashes. Started. I started wearing a serum that would lengthen my lashes. And so all I did was curl them, except on the very ends, I added some little clusters. What do we think? Is it like too much? Should I add less clusters? See, I just want them to flare out, you know? Anyway, what were we talking about? Fashion. Sorry. I just get excited. Anyway, oh my god, if you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Lex. Mm, I've been doing this for, well, how long have I been doing the Lex Talk? I don't know how long that's been, but I've had a YouTube channel since 2022, and it's been quite a journey. I am starting this new direction of having like a schedule and talking things about fashion, because before it was pretty much just posting a full length video every single day for 3 years. I am exhausted. So I decided I will still post a video every single day. It just might not be a full length video. It might be a short instead in between these longer forms. And so far I think we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty excited about it. And not only do I get to talk about fashion, I get to talk about feminism and the patriarchy and how it all plays together. I get to put on fun clothes and do my makeup, and yeah, it's all fun. Like, and you can't really tell cuz I'm wearing a blazer. It's very chic. It's from Guess and leather pants, but you can't see that either. You'll see it in the lookbook. Anyway, probably, definitely. I like this look. So, yes, today's aesthetic. Today's aesthetic is the cool girl aesthetic. So, it is a androgynous sort of chic look that plays with masculinity, hence the blazer. And it's pretty much the opposite in every single way of hyperfemininity, which is interesting because we just talked about hyperfemininity and how the two kind of intertwined in the sense of it came as a response to the Me Too movement of the rejection of femininity, and then as a response to complete rejection of femininity, hyperfemininity came into fashion. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. If you know anything about the Me Too movement, then you already know the reason why uh, a rejection of femininity due to the Me Too movement stems from the traumatized shared experiences of women who uh, have been treated as though they were just sexual objects, either physically assaulted, verbally assaulted, mentally stalked, all those things. Yeah, and it's pretty much a worldwide shared phenomenon. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because if I don't laugh, I will cry because there's not one woman that I know that has not been through a situation like that. So, and this is why the patriarchy is bad. Anyway, the cool girl aesthetic. So, when I talk about the cool girl aesthetic, I'm talking about oversized blazers, tailored suits, anything that has to do with quiet luxury and neutral tones. Black, not necessarily a neutral, I mean, it is a neutral, but I mean, definitely, actually. This is definitely one of them. But also think like when you think of quiet luxury, it's not just black, right? It's the beiges, the whites, the soft sort of taupey colors. I'm never going to wear taupe because that is one of those colors. Monstrous. Anyway, so yeah, when it comes to the cool girl aesthetic, blazers, tailored suits, neutral tones, that sort of thing. Think Gwyneth Paltrow's court looks or Zendaya's red carpet looks. Yeah. Yeah. The vibe is supposed to be effortless and more of a gender neutral sophistication. So, how does this play into the patriarchy? It plays into the patriarchy by giving the idea, right? The literal visual, the image that if a woman is to be taken seriously, this is how she must dress. Take away all femininity. This hot pink? Absolutely not. These nails? No way. Big bold earrings? Can't do it. Hair down, curled, bombshell? Definitely not. So, I am already breaking the cool girl aesthetic. It could never be me. So, there you go, right? In the patriarchy, it's this idea that the cool girl aesthetic, while her look is that of strength and power and effortless, right? Not like very minimal makeup, that sort of thing. The juxtaposition of that is that the commentary is, why is it that taking away all femininity gives a person more power, and in having more power, also more respect? It's like feminism or femininity invites the lack of respect, invites misogyny, invites objectification. Whereas if you dress more androgynous or masculine, you are going to be respected more. You will be taken more seriously. And this is one of the symptoms of the patriarchy, and unfortunately, is the reality of our society. From a feminist perspective, from a feminist critique, it is unfortunate that women have to dress masculine, have to get rid of all femininity to be taken seriously, to be respected. In other words, women shouldn't need to dress androgynous or masculine to have that respect and to have the ability to take power, right? The other side of that is the quiet luxury look excludes marginalized people. So maybe people who have curvier bodies, maybe women who, or people who, you know, are often marginalized, seen as less than, people of color. They are not taken seriously, and no matter what they wear. So in wearing these masculine clothing, even if a suit is tailored to fit you, you, as a woman with a woman's body, is still going to show those curves. And so, again, it excludes women who have the curves, women who might be not stick figures, marginalized women generally. So, again, there's the aspect of women feeling the need to dress masculine to be respected, and then also the way it excludes other people from this aesthetic. Of course, the progress here is simply choice, right? Zendaya doesn't only wear these androgynous suits on the red carpet. The thing is, the progress of this look is that it is one of choice. One day you could be the cool girl in the oversized blazer and the tailored suits, and then the other day you could be wearing a ball gown. You know, the progress is about choice. That's what feminism is all about. The other thing is, it could also be this idea of androgyny as rebellion. Like I said, it was born out of this need to reject femininity due to the Me Too movement and how women felt that being feminine was dangerous for them. And the way they were treated was dangerous. And I'll give you an example. And I know I've talked about this before, but for those who are new here, I'm going to give you a little heads up on what's going on here in Lex Go Every Day. So I have, back when, I think it was December, right, of last year, 2024, I was in the grocery store with my mother. Now, we were in Texas because my family is in Texas, and I was not wearing anything crazy. Jeans, rhinestone cowboy boots, which that's just me, and a sweater, a fitted sweater, but a sweater, just a black sweater. Uh, and yeah, that's what I was wearing. Okay, hair down, whatever. I noticed a man was following me in the grocery store. And I know he was following me, specifically me, and not anyone around me, because when I had walked by him the first time, he had said something under his breath, but I didn't know what he had said. And then every time I turned around, he was there. And it was very creepy. And I did not like it, obviously. So I filmed him doing this because I just thought, that's funny, this is a day in my life. And this happens to me a lot. Like, it wasn't a one-off thing. Like, I am genuinely, like, whenever I go out to grocery stores, New York City, whatever, but specifically grocery stores, for some reason, men follow me. And so I thought, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to capture this happening. I had no idea what was going to come of it. So I see him on the other side of the aisle, and we're in like the produce section, and in between this giant aisle are like sections of other fruits and vegetables, right? So I'm behind one of the boxes where one of the fruits are in this aisle, and I see him on the end of it. And so I take out my phone and I start to record because I know he is going to drive by me, like, because he's been following me. Here's what I didn't expect. I did not expect him as I say drive by because he was in a scooter. I wasn't scared of him, but I didn't like it. It was creepy. Okay? That's all I'm saying about it. He scooted by in his little scooter, and instead of continuing to go by in his little scooter, he stopped and stared at me for so long that I actually started, and I'm like staring at my phone as I'm filming. Like, I made no eye contact with him. I'm just looking at my phone, staring at me as I'm staring at him in the image of my phone. And it was so long that I actually started to back up and pull my phone away from the situation. And eventually he just kind of scooted on by and continued about the creep factor. Anyway, so that's one part of it, right? Like, I wasn't, whatever. So my rebellion, my scream, because everyone was mad, why didn't you yell at him? Da, 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 draw attention. So I'm not a confrontational person, because for me that's dangerous, being a confrontation, especially in Texas where people carry guns. Are you fucking crazy? I'm gonna yell at someone who could possibly have a gun on them? It's Texas, okay? I don't trust anyone. Anyway, as a woman, I don't do confrontation because it's dangerous. So I post it. And in the caption, I basically say, don't be like this man. I went to the grocery store. This guy was following me. Do not be like this guy. That is all I did. And I posted it. went about my day. It currently has over 1.2 million views. And even though I posted it way back in December, I am still getting more views and more comments on it. And while a lot of the comments are supportive and like, I'm really sorry that happened to you, wow, what a jerk, blah, 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 the other, actually, at this point, a lot of them have been very misogynist and disgusting and like pretty vile. Blaming me, saying, well, what were you wearing? You probably had your hoe ass out. He probably recognized you from your OF. Like the most horrific thing. By the way, I don't have an OF, all right? I have a Patreon, but it's not one of those. Okay? It's selfies and behind the scenes. That's what it is. It's basically, the Patreon is literally, if you want to support me and help me continue to grow and let me get some cute clothes. That's what the Patreon is for. It is for zero expectations of me posting in it at all. Okay? That's what it is. It's literally just, I love your work, you do great stuff, and I am supporting you as a creator. That's what it is. So sorry. You just can't exist. It's hard to exist as a woman on the internet, and then hard to exist as a woman in the real world as well. And it is incredibly frustrating, and all you want to do is just scream. But if you scream, someone might kill you, because that's what happens when women confront men, generally. What I'm trying to say is these comments were horrible. Misogynist, incels, red pillars. I'm talking about like one guy literally said he hoped I would wake up in the middle of the night with the scooter guy choking me and sexually assaulting me against my will. Okay? And that's these are the comments that are left for me. And the idea that I deserve it. Because why would a man do that except for something you did? As a woman, it's your fault. You existed, so of course he followed you and creeped you out. What did you expect was going to happen? Walking around the grocery store in jeans and a sweater. Yeah. Of course, they never assumed I was wearing jeans and a sweater. Of course, they thought I was naked walking in the grocery store. But again, I deserved that. Even if I was naked, because I was naked, I deserved to be stalked and harassed. And yeah, I wasn't. I'm just saying. They assumed I was, and therefore I deserve to be treated like that. I am getting off the topic, but it's still also very much part of the topic. I need you to understand that as a woman, it is very difficult to exist, period. Point blank. And this cool girl aesthetic is sort of a form of armor. I get it. I totally understand it. And why women who were and are traumatized by men, the patriarchy supports these men. Society allows these men to continue doing what they're doing because they value men and what they could potentially give to the world than the women who are assaulted by them. Because the women who are assaulted by them are nothing but probably liars, and they did something to deserve whatever he did to her, because women just exist for sexual gratification, and they should just be property. Like the idea of women having the right to vote or any rights at all is just lunacy, right? Right? When people laugh at me and say that the patriarchy doesn't exist, it blows my mind that they have such a small world. And even women, like there are some women that are like, I don't feel like I've been marginalized or I have anything less than or I've been treated. Good, great. I'm glad that your experience in the patriarchy is one of positivity. But you cannot tell me that as a woman, you would not do certain things on your own because you know it would be dangerous. That alone is a blessing that men get. Men will never ever have to think about walking down a dark alleyway just to have a shortcut because they're afraid of another man coming for them. I read something on Instagram, and it was basically um, it it was like a conversation, and the one conversation was this guy, and he was like, if men don't exist, who's going to protect you? And then the response was, fucking genius. Protect me from what? And yeah, I thought that was really powerful, and it just kind of stuck with me, and so I wanted to share it with you. But yeah, so the progress of this androgynous cool girl look is that it is armor, and it is about choice, and it is about women choosing to present themselves any way they want to. And so let me leave you with this. And I want just give me some of your responses in the comments below. The unanswered question we have here, of course, with the cool girl aesthetic. Is it liberation? Are we just swapping one rigid aesthetic, hyperfemininity, with another, masculine minimalism? The other thing is, who benefits from this aesthetic? Who benefits from being the cool girl aesthetic? Thin, white celebrities, right? That quiet luxury. Again, it excludes certain people. They get praised for having this androgynous look, and others get backlash. And finally, hopefully this future, right? Gen Z's gender fluid aesthetic of skirts on men hopefully breaks this patriarchy in the sense of dismantling these old fashion rules. The final conclusion of all of this is power dressing should not have a gender. True progress is when femininity and androgyny are both equally respected. Also, being cool isn't a silhouette. It's about the confidence you have within yourself. So go out there and show them what you're all about. And that is finally all I have to say about that. Sorry, I kind of just go on tangents, and I just need to share with you my experiences as a woman in this patriarchy. And I know, unfortunately, tragically, I am not the only one who experiences these things. So when I talk to you about them, one, I'm sharing my experience with other women who will relate to me, but also I'm sharing them so that men will have a peek into what women experience on the daily. One of the comments was literally, if you don't want to be looked at, then you should just stay home. These men just want to make us prisoners, slaves. And please don't make me say not all men. You already know that. You know what I mean. The incels, the red pillars, you know? I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, this is what we do. Mondays, Let's Talk Fashion. Wednesdays, we do a fun makeup look based on said fashion we talked about. And then Fridays, we do a lookbook based on the theme that we talked about on Monday. So Wednesday will be a makeup look based on the cool girl aesthetic, which this is not. As cute as it is not the cool girl aesthetic makeup look, but we can make it our own. And the Friday lookbook will be the cool girl aesthetic lookbook. So if you need more visualization of that, I'm going to dig into my closet and I will do a little lookbook for you. So that's how that works. And then any days that I don't have any videos in between, I do shorts based on the video that I just put out. Or what I do is I will do just a little hi, this is me. And yeah, or maybe even a recap. I don't know. Or if I do something exciting, you'll get that in between as well. Like last week on Thursday, I shared my adventure in New York City with my sister. We went to Broadway, saw Cabaret. It was amazing. So yeah, I still got a few little videos sneaking up in there. All right? All right. Anyway, this video's gone on way too long. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you definitely Wednesday and something tomorrow. Until next time.